The Salk Silk was named by Audioholics as the best bookshelf speaker in the world back in 2014. They were praised for their soundstage and delicate precision, near-field performance, and their fit and finish was called second to none. Today, I will be reviewing these speakers to see how well that holds up in 2019. In a recent review, I compared the measurements and the sound of the Ascend Acoustics Sierra 2EX and the Salk Silk, and said that it was pretty close to the sound of the Salk Silk, so I thought these speakers deserved their own review. The Salk Silk uses the RAW 7020 tweeter, which is specifically designed for two-way applications, as it can be crossed over with a tweeter below 2000 Hz. To accomplish this, a thicker diaphragm was developed. The 7020's diaphragm is 3 times thicker than the other models, such as the 6410, 7010, or 14015. Whether or not this difference in diaphragm thickness causes any audible difference in sound is hard for me to tell. To my ears, the 6410 and the 7020 have similar soundstage and imaging abilities, with the main thing standing out is the 6410 has more of a rising treble response, making it sound brighter in practice. I prefer the flatter response of the 7020, although like in my previous video on the raw deflector pads, you can get almost identical frequency response with the 6410 using these pads. Even with a much lower crossover frequency on the Salk Silk than traditional raw tweeters are capable of, I still feel like the raw ribbon tweeter doesn't quite integrate that perfectly with the woofer. I feel like I am listening to separate drivers. I don't know what's causing this phenomenon, whether it's a directivity difference at the crossover region, or if the tweeter's dispersion pattern is just too wide compared to the woofer overall. This seems to be more obvious when sitting in a midfield or far field location. When listening to these in the near field, they don't have this issue, so I agree with Audioholics that these have good near field performance, provided the tweeter is either aimed up or at ear level due to the limited vertical dispersion of ribbon tweeters. The tonality of the speaker, in my opinion, is almost perfect. It has in-room response down to 30 Hertz, plays with a lot of slam, and is neutral throughout the entire frequency range. While I did comment on the Sierra 2EX video that I thought you got most of the performance of the Salk Silk at a lower cost, make no mistake, the Salk Silk is a better speaker that plays louder, is more full range, and has the advantage of being front ported, so it can be placed closer to walls without port noise. When these were released around 2012 at $3,800, there weren't many stand mount monitors with the Salk Silk's combination of compact size, extension, and fit and finish. However, it has gotten a lot more competitive with cheaper offerings like the KEF R3, the Bucart S400, and the Sierra 2EX. Someone might opt, for example, to fit a subwoofer in the budget or other things, which may make the Salk Silk a less compelling value relatively. However, if you need a compact full-range speaker that can be placed close to a wall and like the option of custom finishes, this speaker is the complete package. With the caveat that all my ratings are on a value basis, I'm going to give this speaker a 8 out of 10, mainly due to the cost versus available competitors.